When I walked into the shelter that morning, the sight of the two little mixed-breed pups huddled together hit me hard. They were trembling, and their eyes, full of sadness, seemed to plead for one more day. People had already written them off as a lost cause. The light brown one, maybe part Chihuahua, snuggled closer to his black friend. I couldn't help but wonder, had we really done all we could for them? Just then, the vet walked in, freezing in his tracks as he took one look and gasped, "Oh my God." Whatever he saw, it was enough to change everything we thought we knew. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Walking into the shelter, the tension hung heavy like a storm cloud. The pups were in a corner, their little bodies shaking, cuddling closer together. I could hear murmurs from the staff. "Those poor things don't stand a chance," echoed behind me. That got to me. I stood still for a moment, watching the scene unfold. Something was off. A shaky unease swept over me. The unexpected arrival of the vet heightened my anxiety. "Morning," he said, his eyes scanning the room. I nodded in response. His presence was supposed to be reassuring, but the look on his face suggested otherwise. Everyone sensed it. Something wasn't quite right with those pups. The vet bent down, examining the pups. His eyes widened, and he froze, whispering, "Oh my God." The room seemed to tilt, energy shifting. "What is it?" I asked, hurrying closer. He didn't answer right away, just kept looking, his face intense. There was something about the pups that pulled at his attention. After the vet's reaction, a cold shiver crept down my spine. He bent down further, tracing every mark and feature. "This isn't normal," he murmured. His worry was contagious, sparking questions in my mind. What had he seen that changed everything? I grabbed the phone, calling around to see if anyone knew about these pups. Each call ended in a dead end. It was as though the pups had appeared from nowhere. The staff stayed distant, their eyes darting away when I approached. If they knew anything, they weren't saying. With each passing minute, my gut told me something was very wrong, and we were only scratching the surface. The pups' past was shrouded in mystery, deeper than before. A strange feeling lingered in the air, like something big was about to happen. The pups huddled together, their wide eyes pleading. I couldn't shake the sense that they needed more help. I went through my routine, feeding, cleaning, checking records, but their gaze followed me everywhere. They were counting on me, though I had no answers. Stepping outside, I spotted Tom leaning against the back gate, glancing around nervously. When I walked over, he shifted uncomfortably, refusing to meet my gaze. "Tom, you okay?" I asked. He offered a weak smile that didn't reach his eyes. Clearly, something was bothering him. "The place feels odd, don't you think?" I pressed. He avoided answering, his silence thick with unease. Then he mumbled something incomprehensible and retreated indoors, leaving me alone. Inside, the shelter felt heavy, almost lifeless. The lively buzz of the past had faded, replaced by a haunting silence. Driven to uncover answers, I buried myself in files and papers. Each record I opened was a chance to find out about the pups, but page after page revealed nothing. They weren't listed anywhere. It was like they didn't exist. The absence of any trace only deepened the mystery. As I searched, it felt like unseen eyes were on me, though I was alone. Shadows seemed alive, whispering doubts. For every puzzle piece I found, more seemed to vanish. The pups stood out in stark relief against the silence, their plight weighing on me. My heart yearned for answers, but questions stacked relentlessly, leaving me in a tightening circle of uncertainty. Each day felt like a chapter from an unfinished book. The shelter's activities moved sluggishly, and everyone seemed to avoid getting too close. Tom, in particular, was distant, dodging conversations and focusing on his tasks. The pups remained tangled in mystery, their tiny eyes reflecting a deep sadness I couldn't ignore. Tom often disappeared during the day, stirring my curiosity. Where did he go? It happened too often to dismiss. Meanwhile, the pups grew quieter, their sadness deepening. Determined to uncover the truth, I kept a closer watch. Later that night, I resolved to review the shelter's security footage. Perhaps there was something I had missed. Rolling the tape back to last week, my heart raced. A shadowy figure appeared in the dead of night, inspecting the pups before retreating. This wasn't a one-time occurrence. The figure came often, lingering before vanishing. Their movements were deliberate, like they knew exactly what they wanted. It was unsettling, and I decided to keep the tape to myself for now. With each passing day, the mystery grew more tangled. The pup's fate felt intertwined with secrets I couldn't yet piece together. Believing the tapes held vital answers, I approached Officer Mike, someone I trusted. "Mike, could you take a look at this?" I asked, showing him the footage. His furrowed brow confirmed my suspicions. Something was clearly wrong. "Who is this?" he muttered, studying the figure's movements. Mike promised to investigate. By afternoon, he returned with purpose, ready to question Tom. The shelter's tension was palpable as Mike approached him. Tom's discomfort was evident. His answers were hesitant, his voice shaky. Something about his reaction wasn't right. Quietly, I handed Mike the limited records we had on the pups, though they revealed little. As Tom's behavior grew more erratic, I couldn't help but wonder what he was hiding. Each anxious glance at the pups strengthened my resolve. They needed protection, and I was determined to uncover the murky truth. Days blurred together as Mike's investigation deepened. "Any news?" I asked regularly, hoping for a breakthrough. "I'm getting closer," he assured me, his voice steady. Tom, meanwhile, grew more suspicious. He avoided his duties, his gaze flickering with unease whenever he looked at the pups. His behavior left me unsettled. Late one night, an envelope was slipped under my door. Trembling, I opened it. The words inside hinted at forbidden dealings within the shelter, secrets too dark to ignore. I rushed to Mike, reading the letter aloud. His expression turned serious. "This is big," he said, determination sparking in his eyes. The truth was closing in, and we were on the brink of a revelation. We were nearing a crescendo, a storm of revelations that threatened to shatter everything we knew. My instincts screamed that the truth was within reach. "Hold on, something's on the horizon," Mike warned. Every second felt heavy, as if holding its breath for the finale. At a meeting, Mike unveiled a shocking truth. The pups had microchips, linking them to someone intentionally. Holding up a tiny chip, he explained its significance. A heavy silence filled the room as the realization set in. This wasn't an accident. Anger simmered within me. Who could do such a thing? I asked, struggling to process the betrayal. The evidence pointed to Tom, though it was hard to believe. "Tom?" I murmured, my voice barely audible. Mike confirmed. "Yes, it all adds up." A double life had led Tom into a criminal operation. Late-night visits and shady dealings came to light, exposing a side of him we never imagined. Anger and determination brewed within us. We needed justice. As Mike's team worked tirelessly, the shelter buzzed with activity. New leads poured in, connecting unexpected dots. Each revelation heightened our resolve. "We're close," I whispered, feeling the weight of the truth approaching. Every clue brought us closer, to uncovering the tangled web of secrets. All eyes turned to Tom. His behavior grew more erratic, his presence a shadow of suspicion. Despite the mounting evidence, the pup's safety remained our focus. "We can't stop now," I insisted, determined to dismantle the network threatening their lives. The atmosphere grew heavier, each moment adding urgency to our mission. Late one night, an envelope slipped under my door revealed forbidden dealings within the shelter. Trembling, I took it to Mike. "This is big," he said, his determination mirroring mine. Together, we knew this was the turning point. Mike began laying the groundwork for Tom's arrest, gathering every shred of evidence. "We're cracking it," he said, as the pieces fell into place. Tom's tightly held secrets were unraveling, exposing a darker narrative than we'd anticipated. With our goal clear, the team worked tirelessly, combing through every detail. The pups grew more alert, their wide eyes seeming to sense the storm brewing. "They know something's up," Mike remarked. We moved swiftly, determined to bring the truth to light before it was too late. Hidden cameras and strategic moves brought us closer to uncovering the full extent of Tom's involvement. His web of lies began to crumble under the weight of mounting evidence. Each step forward fueled our resolve, even as fear of discovery loomed over us. "Tom's definitely involved," I said, nodding at Mike as we honed in on him. Accountability was within reach, and with it, the chance to free the pups from the shadows that had consumed their lives. As days blurred together, the team worked tirelessly, piecing together the final fragments of the puzzle. Every clue, every discovery tightened our plan, bringing us closer to the truth we'd been chasing. The final reveal loomed near, our resolve unshaken. Justice for the pups was just within reach. With each step, we drew closer to untangling the truth and delivering justice. Breakthroughs echoed across the walls, charging the air with tension. "We're almost there," Mike said, determination in his eyes. The truth was close enough to touch, and we were ready to face it. On the raid night, Officer Mike executed the operation with precision. Everything unfolded seamlessly. "There he is," someone called, pointing at Tom. With ample proof in hand, Mike arrested him. Satisfaction rippled through the team. Justice was finally served. The secrets we uncovered hit hard. Microchips, files, and messages revealed a network of betrayal within our shelter. "It's shocking," I murmured, taking in the full scope of the darkness that had hidden in plain sight. Each revelation painted a grim picture of cruelty, but it also gave us a path toward restoring hope and integrity. Tom's deceit shook us all. The shelter, once a haven, staggered under the weight of his betrayal. "I can't believe it," someone whispered, mirroring the disbelief felt by many. Yet, amidst the revelations, the team rallied. "Let's rebuild," I urged, determined to dismantle the remnants of Tom's operation. Slowly, light replaced the shadows, promising brighter days ahead. The pups, once symbols of despair, became emblems of resilience. "They deserve this," I whispered, watching them play in a safe, loving environment. Freed from secrecy, they thrived, their journey from darkness to light a powerful testament to change. Guided by trust and care, they blossomed under our watchful eyes. The shelter transformed. We implemented new procedures to prevent future betrayals. "These changes are vital," Mike said, as we worked tirelessly to create a safe, nurturing space for the animals. Accountability became our guiding principle, ensuring that the shelter's future was rooted in transparency and compassion. As the pups found new homes, their joyous energy filled the air. "Look at them go!" a colleague exclaimed as they dashed about, free and lively. Their resilience inspired us, reminding us of the power of hope and the strength to rebuild. Families welcomed them warmly, turning past pains into distant memories. Through the trials, we grew wiser and stronger. What doesn't break us makes us stronger, I mused, reflecting on how far we'd come. The shelter, once marred by betrayal, had become a haven of healing and renewal. Together, we forged a resilient community, united by purpose and shared determination. Our journey isn't over, Mike said, satisfaction laced with resolve. The shelter stood as a beacon of strength, its hard-won transformation a testament to our dedication. We pledged to nurture the lives entrusted to our care, ensuring that the mistakes of the past were never repeated. As a community, we stood united, our purpose clear. Together, we are better, echoed through the shelter, bolstered by trust and understanding. Desperation had morphed into hope, and the shelter became a symbol of second chances. This is what we're meant to do, I whispered, seeing how far we'd come. The trials we faced lit a path toward a future full of promise. The shelter, now a haven of safety and love, embodied the lessons we'd learned. It was a space where odds shifted toward happiness, a place built on compassion and resilience. The pups' playful spirits and the dedication of those who cared for them ignited a renewed commitment to brighter days and unwavering care for the animals who relied on us.